Hi everybody, this is Jack Easum, TrumpRepublican.News. As most of you know, I like to take a look at President Trump and the tweets that he does every single day. And I came across one that I thought was rather interesting, particularly for Trump Republicans. Here's what he said. Representative Lou Barletta, a great Republican from Pennsylvania, who was one of my very earliest supporters, will make a fantastic senator. He is strong and smart, loves Pennsylvania, and loves our country. Voted for the tax cuts, unlike Bob Casey, who listened to tax hikers Pelosi and Schumer. And what that tweet basically means is President Trump is excited that this Congressman Lou Barletta is running for the United States Senate against the Democrat Bob Casey. I think that's pretty exciting because we need more Trump Republicans in there to help support the president. And then a little bit later, about a day later after that happened, headline, Trump backs Pennsylvania's Lou Barletta in Senate race. The midterm Senate race will test whether the president has coattails in the Keystone State. Now, if you can remember, President Trump won Pennsylvania. President Trump won Pennsylvania, but the Democrats outnumber the Republicans in that state. President Trump gave a boost Sunday to Representative Lou Barletta's run for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania, saying the GOP congressman is a strong ally, unlike incumbent Democrat Senator Bob Casey. Lou Barletta, a great Republican from Pennsylvania, he has it all. Pennsylvania was crucial to Mr. Trump's upset win in 2016, as he put it in the GOP column in a presidential race, the first time since 1988. The midterm Senate race will test whether Mr. Trump has coattails in the Keystone State. In other words, will his presidential power help get someone elected to the U.S. Senate? Well, with his fellow Trump Republicans, 62 million of us that are out there, we should be able to help the congressman get elected to the U.S. Senate based on the endorsement of President Donald Trump. Now, Mr. Barletta is the leading Republican in the May primary. He picked up the Pennsylvania Republican Party endorsement on Saturday. So he is running, and he is going to go for it as a Republican. Let's get a little bit of a background on Lou Barletta. Now, some of you listeners out there, you might live in Pennsylvania, and you might have a little bit of an inside story on this. If you do, please list it in the comments relating to this video and this show. Now, U.S. Representative Lou Barletta, he's a former small city mayor in Pennsylvania who shot to national prominence by trying to combat illegal immigration through tough municipal laws. And he announced, of course, that he is running for the seat held by two-term Democrat Bob Casey. The Republican congressman was a staunch and early supporter of President Donald Trump and co-chair of his presidential campaign in Pennsylvania. Well, that's exciting because he's a true Trump Republican. And Barletta said that Pennsylvania deserves better than an obstructionist senator, as he's calling Casey obstructionist, which he is. Barletta's entry into the race was widely expected because the Associated Press reported he'd relayed his plans to GOP officials and activists. He's the most recognizable among a half-dozen would-be GOP challengers to Casey, and Casey is seeking a third six-year term. Now, Barletta was mayor of Hazleton at a time when its Hispanic population was surging from under 5% in 2000 to nearly 40% in 2010. He argued that many of the recent arrivals were in the country illegally, bringing drugs, crime, and gangs to his city of 25,000, and overwhelming police, schools, and hospitals. This is one of the reasons, folks, for the immigration control. Anyway, he accused the federal government of failing to enforce immigration laws. Barletta got City Council to approve a pair of immigration measures that would have denied permits to businesses that hired people in the country illegally and fined landlords who rented to them. His strategy was copied by dozens of other cities across the U.S. Well, I would call that just the opposite of sanctuary cities and actually enforcing the laws of the land. He decided to continue his fight, and he defeated 26-year incumbent Democratic Representative Paul Kanjorski on his third try to win a seat in Congress. So Barletta ran 3 times to finally beat that Democratic congressman. You know, that reminds me, he probably listens to the Trump motto, never, ever give up. Well, that's terrific. Barletta, he's 61 years old. He was among the first members of Congress to publicly endorse Trump. He appeared on stage at the billionaire businessman's rally, served on the executive committee of Trump's transition team, and in Congress introduced a bill to fund the construction of a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border in an effort to help Trump fulfill a key campaign promise. I think Mr. Trump, Mr. President, deserves to have someone like that in the U.S. Senate to really be supporting him and helping him carry out his election promises. In Pennsylvania, though, the Democrats hold a 4-3 registration edge over Republicans. Trump overcame that, of course, and he was the first Republican to win since 1988 to win the state. So, if you're a Trump Republican and you're in Pennsylvania, I would ask you to go ahead and contact Representative Lou Barletta's campaign office as he's running for the U.S. Senate. Help him, support him, and do whatever you can. As a Trump Republican, I salute you. As President Trump likes to say, keep moving forward. Never, ever give up. God bless.